Today we discuss property taxes, the huge impact it's having on our affordability. We're going to focus on 3 cities that have a 60% increase since 2019. 60%. Listen, I got my cup of coffee. Let's get to it. So this article out by Yahoo Finance and Redfin start off by saying Florida is home to 3 of the 5 major U.S. metro areas where property tax bills have increased the most since the pandemic, exacerbating the difficulty of affordability in the Sunshine State. Let's take a look at a graphic that shows this more in detail. What you're looking at is the top 5 U.S. metro areas, and we're going to focus on the Florida properties, which are the bottom 3. Obviously, these are the major metro areas of Florida, and they've been dramatically impacted by this. But don't just think it's Jacksonville, Tampa, and Miami. It's not. It's all of Florida, and I'll be showcasing you that in just a few minutes. The first column we're looking at is the median total monthly housing payment. Jacksonville at $2,735, Tampa at $2,797, and Miami at a whopping $4,401. And this is the part that gets real scary. The next column is the amount of change since 2019, represented in percentages. Jacksonville, 99%, Tampa, 112.4%, and Miami, over 125%. So with this information, we can extrapolate out that really all of Florida, on average, is over 100% increase in monthly taxes. Interest rates are up as well, and I'll get to that in just a little bit, but let's get back to the graph if you have the stomach for it. I'm going to jump through the next 2 columns, which are the monthly property tax payment and the monthly property tax payment change with percentages in 2019. Jacksonville property tax is $228 with almost a 60% increase. Tampa is $250 with close to a 60% increase, and Miami is $367 with a 50% increase. Obviously, this is due to the dramatic increase in price, and the taxes have gone up. And as I just spoke of, we get to the mortgage rate issue. All of this is about affordability and who's going to buy your home, and equally important, what home are you going to buy when you sell yours? This article you're looking at is from realestatenews.com, and the headline says it all. Real estate in for a fright as mortgage rates return to 7%. Now, I'd love to think that this is just an anomaly, and we're really going to know more information when the job report comes out on Friday. That's November 1st, just a couple days from now. So check back with us. And actually, this is a great time for you to say, hey, you might want to consider subscribing and liking the channel. And the reason I say that is we put out our end of month and our mid-month report, which goes into a lot more detail with all sorts of new data that we expect to have for you. So that's coming up, and you don't want to miss it. This doesn't change the dynamic that we're in a dicey period right now, and throw in an election and everything's up for grabs. So let's take a look at the affordability in Florida. What you're looking at is the affordability graph we use at each of our end of month reports. And this one is for the October 1st report. And you'll notice the affordability is at 49.52%. Now, how we come up with this number is we take the average sale price and the average interest rate and come up with what our average monthly payment is. Now, of course, that includes taxes. We're speaking of that, as well as homeowners association, etc. Then we come up with an affordability number, which in this case is 49.52%. The first time we've seen below 50 in over 2 years. Now, that was a big deal, but the interest rates have thrown us off a bit. So let's take a look at the affordability chart, which we'll be updating in a couple of days. That's why I said it might make sense for you to subscribe, and you definitely want to see what the end of month report looks like. With 7% interest rates, our affordability jumps to 52.45%. That's an incredible increase. And once again, we are at that unaffordable level. Just as a reference point, we use 50% of your gross income towards your home costs to determine affordability based on the average household income of being $100,000. Now, yeah, of course, you may make more, you may make less, but you get the idea. We want to start an average. Bottom line is, it's getting worse again. Including in this affordability is, of course, our increases in taxes. Now, we all know the saying, taxes and death, you can't get past either of them. So while our taxes are going up and they absolutely impact the affordability, what's the biggest issue is, of course, the price of homes and, quite honestly, the interest rates that we're coupling with those prices. Obviously, interest rates are the most adjustable option of the two, and I don't see the price dropping like we did in 2008 and 2012, which is very, very good news. Yeah, we'll probably have a little adjustment. You've just seen the adjustment of 0.8 in payments. Now, we can't fight taxes, but with a great economy, we can fight interest rates. Going to be a lot of haters out there with this next statement, but I'm interested in my pocketbook and yours, and I'm challenging you to vote not for another 4 years of what we just saw, but for what we had previously. Forget who you're voting for. Vote selfishly for your pocketbooks. Now, Forrest Gump came out 30 years ago this year, and for all of us, remember, I'm going to finish with this. That's all I have to say about that. Have an amazing day. Know that we're here for you and truly grateful that you've invested time to watch this. I hope you got some good information and something that's useful from myself, from my incredibly talented wife, Jackie. Thank you, and God bless you. We'll see you at the end of month report. Hit the like and subscribe.